I just got out.
You said you're welcome. What?
I just did his calf, but he's still sleeping. I'm missing like 3 games today. Tomorrow I might pop in 1 game. It's in Sacramento. It's at La Riviera. Good morning. How are ya? Good morning to my people. Good morning, party people. What is going on? What is going on? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. How is everybody doing today? As you can see, I got my 4th account back yesterday because we know I wasn't selling any sort of sexual goods or services. So I don't know if the other one I got pegged for, because apparently I did that, but we're hanging in there, Linda. I slept in this morning. I forced myself out of bed. You're making bacon? I cooked all day yesterday. I was like, got a new Instapot, you guys. Holy Toledo. I've been missing out. Why have I waited so long to get the Instapot? I don't know. But let me tell you, that's my way of cooking, right? That's my way of cooking, because I always am last minute. I always have frozen shit because I don't plan ahead. This is my new best friend, the Instapot. You're eating lunch? Hi, Former. Hello, guys. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Yep. Thanks, Linda. He's kicking my ass, though. Linda said I'm doing great with Grandpa, but he's kicking my ass. My work baby has his first 6. Woo! Yeah. I feel like a new woman. Yeah. Bum, bum, ba-na-na-na. Woo! Yeah. I bet. It's kind of like how I feel, although I'm tired. Yay for the Instapot. Yes, Gigi. Hi, in Gambia. How are you? I got bit on the forehead somewhere in my house, so the fucking pesky mosquitoes are out. So anywho, nothing much. I'm missing nugget games today. It's just too hard right now without having somebody. Hi, Rita. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi, Miami. Mosquitoes in Sacramento are the worst. Is that like known nationwide? I pulled this out of the dirty clothes. Yeah, so don't judge. If some of you are like, you know, she's been wearing that sweater. You're right, I have. I've been wearing this shit because I am up to my eyeballs in chores, food. I baked yesterday. I baked. I cooked. I baked a little bit more. I was in the kitchen with my new apron on. Did you see my new apron? Check out sadmerch.com. So it's, yeah, I'm tired. And then Ed, you know, Dan took him for a while yesterday, which was nice because I was slaving away. Hello. Never fully recovered. Oh, I know, Rita, that's what happens. You know, that's why we're so lucky that Ed is a beast, right? So what did I make? I made a beef broccoli dish. Holy moly, guacamole. It was so good with the chuck roast. It was yummy. So made some rice pilaf to go with it. I made some bread, but not till later. So, and I just said I made some, well, these are all from my, well, yes, I could share some of those. Hi, Guax. The new briefs, oh my God. Nate, I expect Nate to get a pair of briefs. Says, I expect all my men that watch me to get a pair of my briefs that say, I love Danielle Salinger. Guaco, that goes for you too. I have briefs that say, I love Danielle. So you need to go get it. Dan has my back from the trolls, he does. You know, here's the thing. You know, trolls attack me from every angle. The thing is that they couldn't do what I do in a day, right? They couldn't take care of who I take care of. They couldn't put up with Dan. They couldn't do any of that shit. So, so I know your name is Regina. I just said hello in Gambia. That was it. Like Sacramento says hello because I live in Sacramento. Hi, Anki. I don't know yet. Hi, Helio. So, anyway, yeah, they're crazy. He talked about me last night. Oh, I didn't hear it. I was busy cooking and feeding Grandpa. What did he say? Just kidding. He only does that for you guys. He doesn't tell me that stuff. So, but yes, you couldn't even do the running part. I've been doing it for a long time. So that's why I can do it. I'm tired though. Very tired. My body is just dead. D-E-A-D. Capital D-E-A-D. So, anywho, I'm getting closer to Vegas. Lord have mercy. I'm so excited. So I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have 4 sleeps. 4 sleeps. 9 on Fremont Street. Oh my gosh. I know. I see that pops up sometimes too. Yeah, Sharon, you know, and that's the thing. Hi, let me talk to you. Well, he's got to realize I'm doing a lot, you know, and I think I love the bread. I'll wear them and send them to you. That's an extra $50 that walks. So, you know, I'm killing it. You know, I'm the one who's, you know, I'm holding down the fort a lot just because I know I'm going to be gone. I'm hoping he's going to be able to do what I do. I don't think it's going to be up to the caliber that I do it. You know, I literally wipe down the calf bag. I wipe him up. I clean him. I shave him. Not nice to Ed. Yes, I'm not nice to Ed, Johnny. How can somebody so ignorant come on here and tell me I'm not nice to Ed when I'm taking care of him, Johnny? You're not nice to me. How about that? Because your eyes are closed. And if you took 1 second to see what I'm doing, you wouldn't understand the path that I'm doing. And if you even had a clue of a laugh, you would know I'm killing it. Yeah. Hello, Welsh. What is wrong with people? A lot. A lot. Devotes all her time. What the fuck? Yeah. Yes. Anyhow. Yes, the calf bag is going to be on, I think, for another couple weeks. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. So, so, you know, for all you naysayers, I'm the one who pays attention to the fine tuning. I lotion him up. I wash him. I put deodorant on him. And I try to make sure he is clean, right? It's important, especially right now, because of the calf. So he has to go see a urologist eventually, because they're just giving him time. Me. Yes, Sharon. You have my attention now. What do you need? Oh, are you being snarky about me? Yes, Sharon. This is my channel, and I'm talking about what I do. Of fucking course it's about me, because I'm busting my ass, and I'm doing it. What are you doing? You're just trolling an account. Yeah, you're a winner. You're a winner. Yeah. Anywho, I would love for you to be, everybody would love for me to be their caregiver. It's the people that come on and troll that would not even make it a day in my life. Or they would not give up their time for their loved ones, right? Because they're miserable. And the only reason why they're miserable is because you can see it. Who knows why they're miserable? But people who are miserable attack others on the internet, right? Where's she now? Huh? Where are you now, girl? Quiet. That's what I thought. I'm very sick, Dad. You're doing me. Lil, hang in there. It's hard. This is the hardest job I've ever had. I would have back-to-back births out of my vagina with no meds than doing this. This is harder than that. Do you freelance the services? No. Do I? You mean, would I go and take care of other people? Fuck no. I have enough on my plate already. So, I know I told you before. Thank you. No meds. You know, he hasn't been on meds since like the last couple days in the hospital. Everybody's rude, you know? Oh, his speech is slurred. Y'all, he's 90 fucking 3. Went through one of the biggest procedures, right, of his life, right? And of course he's tired. It takes his body a lot longer to heal. No shit. So, I mean, it's just so crazy, the ugliness that bestows our pages, you know? Oh my God. He sounds, all those meds are kicking in. No, he hasn't taken meds in over a week. He is a fucking badass. That's why. Keep your ugliness to yourself. Give the man a break. He's 93, has dementia, and broke his fucking hip. Fucking mosquito. So, and then when they start attacking Ed, it's just a new low, right? It's a new low. When they attack Dan or me, whatever. But when you attack Ed, y'all are sick. I do want to put him in there. He was and still is the biggest baby. Not Grandpa. Not Grandpa. Grandpa's a badass. So, yes, I do a lot for Ed. And yes, I'm a little guilty, right, about leaving because I know it's not going to get done the way I do it, you know? You're homely. Running won't help you. Oh, Lola. Yet you don't have a picture to show yourself. Isn't that funny? You're coming on here attacking me when I show my face, girl, and you ain't showing yours? Yeah, okay. Sounds about right. Misery, honey. Fix yourself. Here's Sharon again. Sharon just can't stop herself. Shame on Sharon, too. Your miserableness shines through, you know? You're a model. I can see that because only true models would show their faces. Bye-bye, model. Candace came over here and said bye. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have a picture, but they're making fun of my looks. You make $7,000 a month off of Ed. I do? Victor, who pays me? How do you know that? Because if I make $7,000 a month, where's it going? In your bank account? Because it's not going in mine. And I love the people who say, yo, nope, just following your steps. Your steps? No, the way you spell that, no, just following you are steps. Honey, learn how to spell. Learn how to spell. Your is Y-O-U-R, not you are. Nope, just following you are steps. Girl, I know how to spell. I know when to use your and your. You know what I mean? These people come bitching at me and they can't even spell. Anyhow, please let me know. Yeah, I'd love to know who gets paid doing this, because I don't know. But these people seem to know more than me. So if they see $7,000 going in my account, it must not be mine. Lisa, my appointment is Monday for my nails and my toes, and I'm getting a spray tan on Wednesday. Yeah, spray tan. Yeah, I'm getting spray tan because it's gonna be hot as fucking balls in Vegas, and if I gotta put shorts on, I gotta cover up my spider veins because they are purple and loud and in charge. Anyhow, so hi Barbs. How long do you? I don't know, Pat. I don't know. I've never done a spray tan. I've never done a spray tan. I'm getting Vegas fat. Vegas fat, because I'm ready. I'm trying to, how much money? Yeah, everybody's worried about how much money I make. Not very much. And I don't get anything from the county. I don't get anything from the state. What I get is social media, right? And that's a pittance compared to what Dan used to make as an attorney. And May, they're camping at some music. Yeah. I'm getting a spray tan girl because it's safer for me. I'm gonna need good leg labs. Hello, sexy granny. Granted, because they're unhappy and they have to attack people to make themselves feel better. He doesn't remember, fellow, he doesn't remember. So what's interesting is that this morning when I walked in, he said, well, you have a nice day, honey. So that had to have been from the nurse that was, the CNA that was here last night, right? So he splits a little minute, it's weird. He didn't open his eyes, so he thought it was her. And 3 weeks later, broke his femur. Oh gosh, Brandy, that's a lot of work. It's okay if you don't want to get paid. I wouldn't turn money down. It's expensive, right? It's expensive to care for another human, but I don't need it, right? He doesn't need it. He would never qualify. He would never qualify because he's got money in the bank, right? And that's what pays for his services. Okay, so that's it. It is what it is. Like, I can't flip my script any other way, but what's factual and what's not. To pay, yeah, I would love a program to pay me. Was Ed married to my mother? Yes. It's not anybody's business, but it is what it is, you know? People have been called out all the time about making so much money on social media. And a lot of creators who don't have, sponsors, you make what you make. And it changes every month. You can't change, you can't count on a certain amount because it depends on how your videos view. That's how you get paid. It is what it is. There's a science to it, but it's not rocket science for those of you who think you know more than us. It is what it is. Some months I make decent money. Some months my money's half of what it is. So it's not like we're basking in the glory of the dollar bills, yo. Hell no. I still have 3 kids I'm supporting. It goes to pay for my bills. And we're lucky if it covers that. Dan does well with it. Not all the time. Dreamy, he actually has lost about half of the income he made last year. Because it doesn't last forever. You have peaks, you have a good month, and then you have shit. Where did that go? You can't count on it. So anyway, it is what it is. And I'm working too because we can't just survive off of his income, right? So this is why I picked up social media too, to help be a team, right? And to help pay our bills and everything else. I'm not going into a pool, Chantal. I'm not doing a pool. I didn't like it last time. I didn't enjoy it. This time, I'm not going. I'll visit you guys out at the pool, but I ain't hanging out. It is an outlet for me, Yellowstoner. It's a huge outlet, and it helps me tremendously. I know. I get the hospice to help. Yeah. And right now, Ed won't. He's killing it, you guys. He's killing it. Hospice program won't work. They have to evaluate him. And, there's only a couple things he can't do right now, but he's making progress every day. Every day. So, how many of us are going to Vegas? A lot. We might have 2 drop out because, unfortunately, we can't help life, right? You can't help life. But, and then one of them was a partner, was going with her, and so she doesn't know if she's going to make it. So, unfortunately, I'm really sad. They probably support at the end. They do. It's not just end of life, Rebecca. It's not just end of life. No, it's not. But you have to qualify for it. They assess him, and there's no way, with how good he's doing, he would qualify. Yeah. If you're in Vegas, I'll be there next Thursday to Sunday. He would qualify for respite. Not yet. No. California, it's very hard. It's not as easy as people think. I fly, yeah. I fly. It would take me about 9-10 hours to get to Vegas. Hell no. Why doesn't Dan's family step up more to help? Tish, why do birds fly? You know, why does bear shit in the woods? Why do the antelope roam the countryside? You know, my tooth hurts. I'm sorry, Jojo. You know, the thing is it is what it is. What you see is what you get, right? His family is me. His family is Dan. His family is Andrew. And those are the three that are helping. So that's it. Don't ask that question. It doesn't make sense to me. So yes, I'm getting a little break. I need it. To do a podcast. This is my podcast. This is my podcast. I mean, what else would I talk about on the podcast? I talk about everything. Everybody's like, do a podcast. But what more would I give? You know, what more would I give? I mean, you know, Dan and the boxers, isn't that funny, Michelle? Yeah. No buzzballs. I'm gonna have buzzballs in Vegas. Are you kidding me? Yeah. What are we doing in Vegas? We do a yearly meet up in Vegas. It's like a meet and greet. So first year we didn't have very many people. Last year it grew. Actually, it's our third year. So, and then this year there's even more people going. So everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. Yep. It's up for anybody who wants to come. I'm famous because of him. He opened the door for me, yes. But now I've become famous on my own, Annie. Thank you for noticing. You got the bug of social media. Okay. Doesn't most people who do it? Yeah. Doesn't most people have the bug of social media? If they're doing it and they're making it, don't be jelly, Annie. You can try it. So, anyhow, what about Ed? Ashley, what about Ed? I don't know what you're talking about. Are in Vegas now? Nice. So, I don't know. You know, it's those things, Bobs, those things I don't understand how to respond to. You know, yes, Ed has said many times, I didn't do this. I opened the door for you, right? I opened the door and you have soared on your own. And that's how normal people get lucky on social media. It takes something, someone, or an event to push you in the ranks. That's just the obvious thing about growing on social media, right? Ashley, the Dan and Andrew. Yeah, Dan and Andrew. Dan and Andrew, and maybe when I'm gone, some of his siblings, maybe like his daughter, and probably Mark. Yeah, Ed broke his hip. How don't you know? Ed broke his hip and was in hospital. How don't you know? Are you telling me he broke his hip and was in the hospital? Oh, I know that. I don't know why you think I don't know that. He literally has spent every night with him in the hospital. So of course I know that. So I don't know how some Rhino is telling me what happened to Ed. How don't I know? No, I know. I was there for 6 nights in the hospital with him. I have the sore neck in the body, right? So duh. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate it. I'm hanging in there. You know, he got a little feisty yesterday. Took off that belt. Tried to get up and walk again. You know, shit. How many miles can I run? I don't do very much anymore because my body, I don't rest anymore. Hi, Morningwood. How are you, bruh? Jenny, yes. No, not really. I mean, Mark helped, and then we've had him for almost 2 years now full time. You know, he'll come over if I'm not home and Dan wants to go for a walk. Occasionally, he'll bring Grandpa lunch and sit with him and eat. But that's it. You know, Mark helps with his mom a little bit. He's got his own life. He takes care of a dog who is a diabetic and a tortoise, and you know, it is what it is. We've given our life up for Ed, right? We're I just don't know what else to say about that. So anyhow, Jelena, thank you. He's getting up there himself. Yeah. Hi, Pat. How are you? So it is what it is, y'all. You make it what you make it, and you know, it's not easy all the time. There's many tears to be shed. I mean, I'm not even going to see my Nuggets game. I'm not even going to see my Nuggets game. You know, they have 3 games today. I can't do that. I don't feel comfortable because I'm leaving for Vegas, you know? So I don't even feel comfortable to go watch them. Tomorrow I might, because there's a closer game to me, and that's a lot for me. You know, that makes me feel guilty. Now, Rocky or Josh don't put that guilt on me. I put it on myself, right? Because I feel like I'm letting them down when I'm not there for them. And it really hurts my soul. So the Nuggets are on the wait list. Yeah. Can you believe that, sweetie? I put my Nuggets are now on the wait list. So I am just petrified, you know? I told Rocky's like, Danielle, I said, Rocky, it's myself. Because I just feel like I can't, you know, I can't do it. So tomorrow I think I'm gonna make one game. It's 11, it's close to my house. So I think I'm gonna go and see him. Hi Sam, how are you feeling today? So I do that to myself. And that makes me sad. I can cry because I'm not going to see them. This is my second weekend that I haven't seen them if I don't go. I haven't seen them. I go see them every weekend. That hurts my heart. Josh is my half brother. So yes, he and I share the same blood. Half blood, right? Because he's my mom. Yeah. I will tomorrow, I think, Linda. I'm going to go. How old are they? 10, 8, and 2. 10, 8, 2. Stop causing your own anxiety. It's hard because I have expectations of myself, and it makes me feel good to see my Nuggets, and it makes me feel good that they know I'm always there, and I haven't been there. You know, I haven't been there, and it hurts my soul. I know, but those are the things that that's my own fault, right? I know that, I can rationalize that, but it doesn't help. I'm still sad, you know, that I'm still sad that I can't go see them, you know, makes me sad. I took care of my mom, it's a lot. Yeah, Susie Q, it's a lot, you know. Way to support the local, I love Flatland was my place, Scott. Before pre-COVID, like 6, 7, when they first opened, Flatlands was my hangout. I mean, I would go with my friends and we'd go hang out, eat some food. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I haven't been there in a long time, but I used to. Whole time I thought you meant a sports team. No, my niece and nephews, yeah. Thank you, Angelica. I think it's cool too. I love beer, Scott. I love beer. There's also a new brewery that opened up. There used to be a brewery and then they ended. And then there's a new one that just opened up on Elk Grove Boulevard right by Waterman. And I would love to try them out. I slept good. I was out. So I have to tell you something. Shauna, if Shauna's here, I haven't seen her, but she gave me a little treat, if you know what I mean. And Tennessee is water deep. Oh shit, I'll have to check on my aunts and my family. How your relation with Dan started, if you don't mind. Well, you obviously know how it started, if you mentioned Ed and Janice. Anyhow, hold on. I don't know about Nashville. I haven't checked on my family because I didn't know it was that bad. So I'll do it when I get off. So I have to tell you that I got this Reese's peanut butter cup, a special one, if you know what I mean. My friend gave me, Shauna, and it has about 10 in it, if you know what I mean. And when I opened it, I was like, wow. I am writing a book about my life, Tracy. It's actually almost done. May 5th. Yeah, May 5th. Hopefully. You guys, let me tell, when I tell you No, she didn't make them. They're produced, made. Let me tell you, no sign. No sign of the you know what. It was like a chocolate peanut butter cup. Better than Reese's. It was like something you would get at Trader Joe's. Holy shit. Holy shit. Y'all, it is wonderful. I was like, how do you not eat the whole bag, right? That would be 100 and I would be dead. But, holy shit. Holy shit. Good. Y'all. Better than the gum gum, you know? This was savory. Hi, Froggy. This is savory. It was peanut buttery. It was milk chocolate. It was heaven in a little bag. Well, one bag. But holy shit. I'm like, I have to buy stock in that shit. It's a good little treat. You just have to put it away because you could really do, you know, shit. You're drooling at 40. No way, Dan, would I make those. Is he up? I get him up all the time by myself. I do it. He can't do it. What is he gonna do when I'm in Vegas? Give me a minute. The fuck? I do it. But I never ask for his help. He's gonna be in trouble. Hold on.
She sent me out to talk to you guys. Are you Dan's wife? I'm Dan. That's Danielle. Like leaving a baby for the first time. Kind of. Danielle just jumped into mother mode. Good morning, everybody. I'm doing good, Benita. How's everyone doing today? If I die young, bury me in satin. Hi, everybody. The day's going, Tam. It's, you know, the day starts early. I think I woke up. I fell asleep when the nurse came. It's so, the beautiful thing about having the night aid is that for those 8 hours, you know, whether I sleep or not, I don't have to worry. I don't have to think. We can just sit in there and relax. I fell asleep, I think, from like 11 to like 2:30. And I woke up at 2:30 because I had the frickin' vaccines yesterday. I had the shingles vaccine, the flu vaccine, and a hepatitis B vaccine. So my arms are all hurting. I'm holding up, Yellowstoner. My mom has been calling me really worried. I guess she saw, my videos where I'm talking about how hard it is. But again, we're holding up with all the support that we have. It's a lot easier than people that are doing it alone. And that's family support, that's local community support, that's social media support. we're lucky, and we're going to hold up. I told my mom, I'm doing all right. I'm going to continue exercising, eating healthy. So insurance. Insurance does not pay for the night nurse. Insurance pays for we get a nursing visit twice a week through Medicare. We get occupational therapy that comes out twice a week, and we get physical therapy. And those are all services where they come out and work directly on him. The aide is basically a babysitter, so that we don't have to worry at night. We don't have to worry if he's trying to get out of bed or what have you. I can just close my mind off and sleep, and that's been a godsend. It's not financially feasible for a long period of time to do that. So we're gonna as he gets better, hopefully we can substitute technology. A big large sides on the side of the bed, and a mat that tells us when he's moving and his weight is moving around. I walked K-Berg. Is that not Katieberg by any chance? I walked already today, my 3.5 miles, and I will walk another mile. Oh God, Kachina, yeah, that's why I got the damn shingles thing. It's the most painful vaccine I've gotten yet. I mean, I woke up, I was just hurting and a little bit woozy, and but I don't want to get shingles. It's a painful thing. You can get it in your eyes. You can go blind. It's just, I had chicken pox. That was bad enough. The shingle shot hurt. Yep. She's all, it's gonna hurt. I'm all, thank you very much. And yep, sure enough, ice it. I'm lazy. Yeah, my arm's sore, but Angelica, and that's not just what made her amazing. This incident, she's been great all along. And people are talking about her tone. This incident, if people don't see it yet, the way she stepped up, and what was it? Somebody made a comment, was saying, she feels guilty or what have you. I've seen all the videos and the way she talks and the tone, and I felt like writing something, a long thing. Oh, yeah, you may see the videos, which is Danielle on social media, and it's just what she chooses to post. And but what you don't know is the background or the relationship between the two of them. You should be able to see that he responds very well to her, no matter what her tone is. He responds well because that's been their interaction. And what you also don't see are, you see her being short at 10 o'clock in the morning, and or saying whatever, move over here, Randa. What you don't see is the times at 2 o'clock in the morning when he'd ripped his thing off, and there's a pile of blood on the floor, and Danielle passes out from blood, and 5 minutes after passing out, she's up helping to bandage him and put him back and kissing him on the head and rubbing his head when he's panicking. You haven't seen those kind of things. You didn't see what happened in the hospital. People see these videos and they make judgments, and it's really, it's sad. And I don't fight people on whatever she wants to be on social media. That's her persona, it's her choice. But when it comes to taking care of my dad, I'm the luckiest person in the world. And if people can't see it, that's unfortunate. But, that's the truth. Oh, she complains about Ed. That's absolutely true. And the tone is there, and everything you see is there. That's what you see on the videos. But again, you measure. You don't measure somebody when things are going good, right? You learn the true character of somebody at the worst. That's when you learn really what people are. And this was the worst since we got him. I mean, it's changed everything. The amount of time, energy, stress that goes into caring for him now is elevated by exponentially from what we were doing. And what has she done? She stepped up to meet the challenge. That's how you judge a person, not how they are in normal days and whatever. You judge them at their worst, and when they go through the worst things. That's how you determine the character of somebody. And I think she proved. And some people are going to see it, others are just not. It's just the way it is. Her tone is her tone. I mean, that's what it is. It's certainly fine for him because he has always responded well to it. You have to understand they have a long history. And it was, not was a if it was, you can't just go from a contentious relationship, contentious, but there was respect, right? It wasn't just flat out hate. It just was, they just didn't get along. And what she's done since she's moved in is quite remarkable. Yeah, Michelle, people are going to hate just to hate, and or just to cause problems, just to screw around with people. It's really, half the time I laugh at some of the comments because they're so ridiculous and they're so far fetched. What people saying, Ed's Ed doesn't have dementia. Ed's an people are even attack my dad. You should see the Facebook stuff, man. It's pretty remarkable. Pretty remarkable to see what people have to say. People that are rude to her, yeah, I mean, and again, I'm not talking about the way she interacts on social media and the way she, wants to attack trolls. That I don't buy into that game. But that's her choice. That's her persona, and she's making her own little, mark and whatever. That's what she wants. That's her business. But where I do jump in is when people get on her about my dad, because I couldn't. I mean, it's a simple fact. If she wasn't here doing this, I couldn't do it. I mean, I could probably do it for 2 weeks and then I would have a mental breakdown. There's no question about it. And she's made this all possible. It's been a teamwork, right? She couldn't do it alone, but it's been the team that's made this possible. That's right. That's exactly what someone said. It's like your kids. You might bitch and complain, and when they're disrespectful or they've got tone, whatever. But when the times turn or they're hurt, bam, that's when you become your parent mode kicks in, your mommy or daddy mode kicks in, and that's what's happened to Danielle through this. And it's a major sacrifice. She's got her routine and she's sacrificing a lot of that to get this done. And just think about 5 nights in a row in the hospital, sleeping on a couch, an hour on, an hour off. It's just remarkable. Debbie, that's right. It's people. It's compassion. Empathy and compassion, I think, are the two most valuable attributes a person can have. If you have empathy, I think you can go a long way in this world. It helps in every aspect. If you're selling, you're communicating, your interpersonal skills, empathy is, if you can put yourself in their position and understand other people's position, it makes you that much more effective as a human being. Negotiations as a lawyer, when you're negotiating, the first thing you have to do is understand where the other side is. What is it that they want? What is it that they need? And then that helps you negotiate a resolution that everyone can live with. That's how you find compromise. Same thing in politics. Usually, you negotiate and you find common ground. And in order to do that effectively, you have to understand the other side. If you can't understand the other side, you're never going to have an effective relationship. It's just that simple. We have a nurse that comes in at night, and we are going to once we find out what his new baseline is and what we're going to be dealing with going forward, we will bring people in as necessary to help us survive this. Angelica, it's not just an attorney thing. Most effective communicators in life are empathetic, and that's how they can be effective communicators. They know how to talk to people because they look not at their own perception and view, they try and look at the other person and then address it. How did my dad fall? He was going to the bathroom at 5 a.m, and last Monday, a week ago Monday, and we heard a clump. Danielle got up, she ran in there, he was on the ground, she called me, I came in, picked him up, he couldn't support his weight, we called 911, he had a broken hip. And that was how fast it happened. I mean, just out of the blue, bam! You go from getting ready to wake up on a normal Monday to driving to the hospital at 5:30 in the morning, and then from there it was really didn't leave the hospital for a week, except for me to come home and sleep and then come back to the hospital. What's your idea on the new possible nuclear deal with Iran? I mean, we're so far away from a nuclear deal with Iran. I mean, I know that Russia is I think trying to mediate those talks. They have to reach something, because we can't devolve into another huge conflict. If we have to find a resolution that is non-military, and I hope we can do that. Nobody wants to see Iran get nuclear bombs. It just would make the world a much more dangerous place. So something has to be done, and I hope it's done diplomatically using empathy. Yeah, neighbors, falling is a real scary thing. It's our biggest fear. No, the last thing the world can afford right now is another conflict. Katrina, I try to be. I try to speak to people. I have a unique view in that I've seen the depths of depravity in my job. I mean, I know what humans are capable of, and I know that doesn't always define the person. I don't judge people by a mistake. I don't judge people by who they voted for. I don't judge people that way. People are human. Everyone's human. Yeah, Goldie, I try not to get, specific or political in that way. I will talk about generalities. I don't like, policies that hurt people. But if you jump in and start, talking about names, then it just devolves. We don't live in a country right now that is mature enough to have an adult discussion about politics. We live in a country where people retreat into their own comfort and security zone. They seek out information that confirms their own biases. And this is both sides, right? It's not picking one side or the other. It's just the way we are right now. So there's no good to take a direct, attack. This man's destroying this country. You have to pick it out and go, hey, let's look at tariffs, specifically a policy decision that he can undo at any time. And I think, hopefully, a good leader, people can make mistakes, right? I believe the man believed in what he was doing. Unfortunately, I think he believed it, and I think you didn't listen to a lot of experts that could have predicted what happened or did predict what was going to happen. So now we have to look and see if the decision makers, Trump and his advisors, whoever's coming, if they can come to, say, hey, maybe this wasn't the right course of action. Maybe we should go back. And I think that's less likely. But I think, the other world, using empathy, there's a way that we can give, Trump a win, right? That's what he wants. Just where we reduce the tariffs, we backtrack on it. Other countries come in and say, yeah, we got this from the other country, so we're going to reduce the tariff. It's a win-win. That's the only way I see it happening. And I think other leaders probably understand that. So you have to give a face-saving way out of this before it goes on any further. That's what I'm hoping for. Blankfein and, Steve Altman, I think that people are putting out those very notions. Altman said to the other world leaders, hey, give him a call him up. He's a negotiator. Get it, see what you can do. And he's trying really hard to get these policies undone. It's just difficult with the personalities we're dealing with.
Okay, can I finish my workout now?
Yeah, she's back. That was the political minute. And here's Danielle again.
I mean, you're going to have to be able to do all that yourself.
You see at the table?
Yes, he's eating. It just turned off because thank you for ruining my run here.
Yeah, but I talked to the people.
Why is he talking politics? You guys, that's horrible. God, I mean, I'm literally worried because if he couldn't do that, you know what I mean? He's got 5 days. 5 days. He was baited. Okay. So that's the problem. I got him all changed. I changed his clothes. I got him up. I got him in his chair. Oh my God. But yeah, that's me. I kind of did a quick wipe down of his body. He was a primary caregiver. You are his primary. Yeah, well, we all know what's accurate and what's not. He was saying he was sore from the vaccinations. Oh, okay. So here's what I want to know. You know, I had a procedure done. Do you think I got any sympathy? I mean, his expectation of me was I didn't rest. I was home on my feet. Do you need a gold star? Just do it and shut up. Big Deep, you obviously don't understand what's going on here, right? Bye. Yeah, so that just tells you. He got 3 vaccinations and he's being a baby. Yeah. No, he's gonna need to do it. Anyway. Anyhow. Dan says I a lot instead of we. I say I too, because honestly, I do it. I do it, you know? So anyway, where were we doing before he's like, can you help me? Right? Can you help me? And I was like, okay, but you want me to be, what? You know? I know. So like I have a little 10 injections. 10? Oh my God, that's crazy. You're a team. We are? Because there's a lot of I in here. Yeah, a team takes a duo, you know? Not one that does 90% of everything. Come on, people. Hi, Brady, how are you? Am I getting sleep? Yes. And I'm a little worried because, well, you know why? Because I'm gonna be gone. And there's nobody who? Huh? He hasn't even cleaned him in the vicinity yet. Nope. So I'll do it all. Andrew will be the one. He will figure it out. I know. I'm gonna try not to feel guilty because, you know, I can't. Yeah. I don't think he got the shingles vaccine. Oh, he did get the shingles. He got the shingles, the flu, and a hep shot. Yeah. I know, we have a bidet. That's not the issue. The bidet is not the issue right now. There's a lot more issues going into the bidet before that. We have a nurse. Yeah, we have a nurse. But during nighttime, where it's most important to, you know, sleep. But I do. I feel guilty because I know I do it, you know. I wipe everything down. I Clorox things just to make it extra protection. So, anywho, teamwork here, hubbies. Yeah, oh, Annette, I know. You're still hanging in there. I'm sure it's going to be such a hard journey. I don't know. Maybe. Katina, maybe. I'm sure when I'm gone, Dan will have, I'm sure Mark and hopefully his sister can come and help him out a little bit. So he'll need some people because he'll want to walk, you know, he'll want to take a break. So hopefully they step up while I'm gone. Hello in Tennessee, my hometown. How is the flooding there? I know, I lose all my hair too. I started my estrogen patch yesterday. So I just got, oh, it's your birthday? Annette, I hate that for you. Oh, it's gonna just be an ugly reminder, oh, of the sadness. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so yes, I just got my estrogen patch. So I put that on last night. So far, so good. But, you know, so I stopped taking my birth control. We're surrounded by water. Oh gosh, I have to reach out to my family and see how they're doing. So Goldie, I was on birth control pills for the last 10 plus years to help with my hormones. So the estrogen that I was on is really high, really high. So I'm going down in estrogen because as you get older, for women, oh no, road flooded. Oh shit, see. So as you get older, the estrogen can just be a horrible thing for us, right? For women, cardiovascular issues, among other things. So they are taking me really low on the estrogen. So they want to start, me slow, and then if, I need more, they'll go up. But I said, let's try the low one and see how I do. So I got my IUD, which is progesterone, and then I have a patch. So hopefully that'll be fine. Hopefully, if not, they'll go up. Started before hemorrhaging. But you got to remember, I will check on my family. My aunt is on a really big hill, so I think she'll be fine, but I'll have to check on everything else. So yeah, it's like the lowest dose, and then if I have to, we'll go up. I tried the yam cream. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. I don't know if it worked or not, but it's fine, whatever. I love hormones, so I'm not a hippy dippy, right? I mean, I try to do as good as I can for my body. And my daughter's a hippy dippy, my middle one, so it's hard. But yeah, I'm not the yam cream. I didn't notice anything, so I'll go for the straight. I'll go for the straight hormones, the patches and pills and IUDs to help me go through this horrible spot in life. You're in Kingsport, Tennessee. Okay, is it raining a lot, Loretta? And it definitely helps with the leaks. Oh, it does? I got some from Mexico. Hi, Ames. From 20 years, last 6 months, need a break. Oh gosh, Suzanne. Yeah, so, y'all, I'm just trying to figure it out, right? Eat West Tennessee. So I'm just trying to figure it out. The copper, oh, Suzanne, which is weird because for me, it's the Mirena, because they said typically if you're in perimenopause, they don't do the copper because it agitates the uterus. And in peri, like your uterus is already agitated, right? Especially for me, it's been horrible. And I bled a lot. So the progesterone supposedly is supposed to calm the uterus down, not the copper. So I've got that in to help until I get through this hump. So maybe gain weight, the Depo did, yeah. So I guess the progesterone pills help some people, and some people it doesn't do well. So my issue is the IUD is supposed to silence my uterus is not happy, and so it's supposed to help a lot. So I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful that I just need something. I need something to help. So 3 months, I got to give it 3 months. Oh, Gracie, I will. So anyhow, that's where I'm at. So what's the brand of what? The IUD is a Mirena. It's progesterone only. And the copper one is not supposed to, from what my doctor said, you don't want the non-hormonal. You need the progesterone to calm your uterus. I'm not, I wasn't a candidate for an ablation because I'm not a regular bleeder without the assistance of hormones. So because if you don't bleed regularly, and they won't do an ablation because the ablation hides cancers pretty much for people like me who aren't regular. And I said, yeah, nope, I'm good. I'm good. You had a complete hysterectomy. Yeah. So right now, this is kind of like the steps you take prior to a hysterectomy. If I can keep my parts, I'll keep them. So I like the way they're doing it. I have a really great OB team. So they have been very, they have to follow their protocols. And then at that point, if I'm still miserable and my uterus is still not happy and I'm in pain, they'll take it out. Yeah. Maybe it's finally happening. Don't say it. Now you put it in the universe. Lily, you can't do that. You keep that to yourself. Yeah, I started perimenopause at 36. So I'm hoping for improvement with this IUD. am really hoping. Oh, good for you. Yeah, the yam cream I tried for a while, it didn't do anything for me. Too many surgeries. Yeah, so I have fibroids that are growing, but they haven't penetrated my uterine wall, so that's good. And it's also, the IUD will help keep them outside of the uterine wall, right? So I'm 50, but why? I'm closer to 51 actually. Yeah, she said about 3 months, just to make sure. So I'm hoping, because, along with my fibromyalgia, and this uterine shit, my uterus feels like it's always on fire, right? It feels like it's always on fire. I feel like I'm always cramping. I feel like I'm always on my period. I feel bloated all the time. And so it's horrible. It's horrible. So if I can just take one irritation out of the way, hopefully I'll be on the right track. So I got my patch on my ass and hoping. I know. Barbie, it's stress too. You're right, 100%. Doesn't estrogen? No. To help with all the uterine stuff, estrogen and progesterone are very important. Yeah. Buy sweets, but they want you to chill out on the amount of estrogen, because as we get older, it provides us with greater risks like cancer, and heart issues. Yeah. We're more susceptible to like strokes and stuff like that. So they want to lessen the estrogen, but still keep you on it. Food, I mean, just imagine, look at all the shit that we've been eating for years in our foods. I think a lot of that has fucked us up. All the chemicals, all the shit, has really fucked us up over the years. Our kids, our girls, are getting their periods sooner. It's all the hormones and shit. And have terrible back. Oh my God. I'm so blessed. I am in so much pain. Like right now, my neck and my back are killing me. It's really hard. It's really hard. And there's some days that I'm so down because I feel so worthless and I hurt so much and I'm suffering because I suffer in silence. Occasionally I'll say I'm hurting to Dan. I'm hurting, like I need help, I'm really having a tough time. And most men just, so, yes, even clothing can be toxic. So it's really hard. You know what I mean? It's really hard. But like I said, in my house, I don't have the time to take for myself like that. Like, when I'm in pain, I just don't. Me, Carla, I can't wait. I need that so bad because this will be almost 4 weeks. This will be almost 4 weeks of pure hell, right? With caregiving. I mean, our caregiving had to turn up a notch, right? It's raining and I still have to walk. You're weirdos. Oh, shit. They don't, because Suzanne, we just do it, right? We say we're in pain. I think when I was diagnosed and I was telling Dan I have fibromyalgia, I mean, he looked at me and he was like, psh. And it's like, you don't understand how bad my pain is. It takes away certain things of life, because I'm just in this state of just hurting all the time, right? I'm in and he's like, well, you do everything. You still run, right? Because I push through it. Just like I push through yard work, just like I push through my daily chores in the house, I push through it. Because if I couldn't push through it, I would be nothing. I would literally lay up in bed all day. And I get depressed sometimes because I'm tired, and then, being exhausted and stressed adds to it. It makes you more miserable. It makes you more helpless. And it's hard. So, Goldie. So, yeah, it's hard. They look at us and they see us doing things. So they're like, how much pain can you really be in, right? As they're in pain and they don't move. Well, if we did that, nothing would get done, right? Nothing would get done. We're always hurting, just different levels, and every day is different. Today, my neck is in pain, and my lower back, you guys, my lower back. I cannot get this lower back thing, and I thought it was. I felt like it was partially because I have a tilted uterus, posterior uterus. So I was like, okay, is everything just inflamed? But now it is inflamed, right? Because I had a procedure done and everything else like that. Yeah, I mean, when Dan was hurt, he did nothing, right? He did absolutely nothing. So he compares his hurt to my hurt. It's like, bro, you can't do that, you know? You can't do that. Hi, Victoria. Hug back to you. Do I take time to stretch? No. Hell no. I think mine's tilted to the left too, because I have a lot of pain on my left side. I don't do exercise and stretch, it's more intense. Yeah. Get a consultation with another medical group. No, because I have Kaiser. And Kaiser is one, it's all intertwined in one thing. So that doesn't work. No, I don't need another. I've done enough research on my own to like, know, you know, what, and I have a lot of friends that are in the same situation. So we power through, yeah. So I lived with my dad for 6 years. Dementia and pain. My husband helps tremendously. You're lucky. You're lucky. Yeah, and you know, I think a lot of my low back. So before I started CrossFit, I had really bad lower back pain. And then CrossFit I did, and my core built up. I think a lot of it too is my core's not as strong as it used to be. So I need to really start working on that because that does help the low back tremendously. I tried walking 3 miles. My neck was so bad I couldn't hold it up. It's so horrible. How long do I walk? Every day is 3 to 4 miles. 3 to 4 run walk, 3 to 4 miles. Good morning from Arizona, Michelle. Kaiser is so sorry. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know, I don't like when people say that because every medical facility has their own issues, right? In every facility, you have to advocate for yourself. My luck with Kaiser has been great. Andrew's had great doctors. I've had great doctors. And no doctor is always the same. It doesn't even matter if it's Kaiser, Sutter, you know, whatever. Every place has their flaws. And, you know, I haven't had any bad luck. I haven't even really needed to advocate too much for myself because my OB women are amazing. The groups of them are so amazing. This is what we're going to do. We're going to start off with a biopsy and for endometriosis, endometrial cancer, and then we'll do a uterine. If that comes back fine, then we'll do a uterine. We'll give you what's the thing? Ultrasound, and we'll see what's going on. And then if we see something in the ultrasound, then we'll go from there. And then they saw something in the ultrasound, and then they said, okay, you have a fibroid, let's remove it. And then when they got in there, the fibroid wasn't penetrating the wall, so they just cleaned me up. My left side was thicker, my lining, so they took a biopsy of that while they were in there to make sure nothing's happening. Kaiser is a medical group, yeah. Do I have spine issues? I probably do. I mean, I've been running my whole life, you know? I've been running my whole life. So, probably, right? Probably. Yeah, and I'm not going to have back surgery. I mean, I'm not going to go through back surgery. I mean, hell no, you know? There's just certain things I will not do, and that's not one of them. And I had my ablation done on my left side a couple of months ago. And I mean, for what the nerve they got, it was fine. This side has arthritis, so the ablation won't hurt on this side. Kaiser's California. Yeah. You feel like crap watching me? Oh, my daughter's pregnant, so I can't wait. Yeah. So no back surgery. Hell no. Hell no. Could you imagine me laid up? It doesn't work for me. No. And you know how many people I've heard that get back surgery and they're fucked up? Hi, Jane. Are you home? That are fucked up for life. No thanks. I'm good. So the Serta, I need a better mattress, I think. I had no choice, blew my disc out. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a choice, there's a difference. This is uncomfortable and it hurts, but I need to work on better form, and I'm horrible with that. So my back's fucked up and I'm only 21. That sucks. That sucks. At 21, because you got a long road ahead of you. A long run. Okay, so I did 2.5. So 2.5, 3. Okay, almost 4. So yeah, I probably need a new bed. I kind of want one that moves up and down, like Grandpa's hospital bed, with the feet can go up. Yep, that's it, Jane. It'll take you a minute to just get through the chaos, right? Once you get in your routine, it'll be better. Yeah, 11 herniated discs. Bruh, yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But they always say, what do they say? If you can avoid it, don't do it, right? Don't do it. The sleep numbers, yeah. But they're like $10,000, you know? I mean, to get a good bed, they're like fucking a fortune, just like a small car back in the day. You know, in the 80s, you could buy a used base model car for $10,000, you know? And the 10,000, Dan would laugh at me and be like, what the fuck? What? From my back, sleep number with adjustable. I bet that feels good. And my back still hurts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're horrible. They're expensive. Dan would be like, you've lost your ever-loving mind. Ever-loving mind. Mine is 2,000. Jeez. Yeah, does it massage your clitoris? Will it, if it massages my poontang and gives Dan a hand job, maybe fine. $10,000 is a good investment, right? Hands come out. there's a button, hand job. You want a righty or lefty? Oh my God. No, I would not get it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not gonna buy a used fucking bed. Ew. $4,000. Oh my God. I know a good bed, they always say, right? You need a good bed, right? You spend how many hours a night in a bed, right? So, like new, no, Goldie. I don't know what they did on those things. Everything is so expensive. Does it vibrate? Right. Does it have a built-in fan? Because y'all know us menopausal women need that shit. Casper? Oh. Yeah, Patty Palm and her 5 sisters. Hey, Dan, guess what? It's $10,000, but it's got magical fingers for you, and it even tickles your back. He'd be like, I'm down. I could press a button for a tickle? Yeah, anyone you want. Yeah, yeah, shit. Oh my God. A built-in fan for us hot women. You know, I sleep with a fan on my face. I sleep with a fan above my head. Dan's shivering, and I'm like, can we open a window? Can we open a window? No. I'm already freezing. So he said that last night when I turned my fan on, because it's the first thing I do, and he says, you put the cold machine on. Men get colder when they get older, and we get hotter. Anyway, so yeah, I can't afford. Pretty soon the tariffs are going to hit hard, right? If you need a car, buy it now. You know, if you need a mattress, buy it now. And fucking tariffs are going to add more money on. Nobody's going to be able to afford anything. Businesses are going to go bankrupt because nobody's going to be like, sorry, my car's 30 years old, but I'm not going to spend extra money. So whatever. So I'm fucking stuck with what I got because I don't have 10 grand. I got to finish my stairs, y'all. My stairs are still wood. Wood. So we ain't making enough money these days, you know what I mean? So I got to strategically plan shit out. So no bed for me, because by then the tariffs are going to be in place. So I called my guy who's doing my stairs, and I was like, you better buy my equipment before all the fucking tariffs go up, because you're going to eat my tariff costs if that's the case. Anyhow, the stairs. Can we do a GoFundMe for my stairs? I promise you I will not upcharge on the tariff taxes. Buy American then. I would buy American. I don't give a shit. But I don't want an American car. That's the problem. So, I guess I'm going to have my Subaru for the next 30 years. And that's fine with me. I mean, what the hell? What the fuck? So yeah, y'all. So I need a support. I need a sponsor. I do. I do. We'll start a GoFundMe for Danielle's. Please, in the Lord and the man above, help poor Danielle achieve her riches. by contributing as much as you can every month. She needs new stairs, she needs a G-Wagon, and she needs, that's about it. I'm fine with everything else. I'm fine with everything else. So anyhow, when is your book coming out? I think, I have, it's supposed to come out by my birthday for the stair fund. Thanks, Nate. I got $2 from Nate over here. So I got $2. Make ya holla! Let's do it. But YouTube takes a percentage, so it's really not $2. So it's like $1.37. Yes, thank you, Nate. I know you're lucky for all of you who, well, LA girl, there's two things on here. Anywho, Nate, Venmo me that shit next time, okay? Then I'll get the whole $2. And the tariffs is what I've seen on the news. Amanda, this is gonna be the ugliest fucking shit ever. I mean, let's be real. 1%. I'm 0.2567% closer to my stairs being done. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. The fuck? Who's here? Anyway, Cash App. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Cash App going. My arrival at Walmart. Is that my Walmart, I think? Welcome, Suzanne. We have a member on the Club of the Sob. That's right. I'll probably come on today, speaking of members. Thank you, Suzanne. Welcome to the club. I'll probably taking bits. I got 20. Who's got $20? So, fuck. I'm waiting to see. My neck hurts. I can't turn my head very well. 2, 3, 4. So you got 2 cents. Don't give 2 cents because they'll take the whole. Hello. Yeah, right here's fine. Thank you. Welcome, Suzanne. We're crazy, so don't mind us. We get a little crazier when it's just us, you know what I mean? So I'll try, depending on how the day goes, between today and tomorrow. I know, Barbs. Would you be shocked if you got pregnant? I would be shocked if I got pregnant because Dan is fixed. So I'm on birth control and Dan is fixed. So that would be the immaculate conception for sure. How's Ed? Stubborn as ever? Yep. Which means he's great. Yeah. Anyhow, Ed is fine. Yeah. Ed, let me get off this thing. I'm so sore. I've been doing new exercises with the bands and stuff. Hi. Look, Blue Kitty's over there. I need a Red Bull. Cue the Red Bull comments. You guys, fuck. You know, I drink wine, I drink Red Bull. So, and I do gummies. Well, chocolate peanut butter cups now. So it is what it is. We all have our faults. And I don't drink coffee, although Slicky gave me some coffee, so I'll have to try it. But right now, this is where my caffeine comes from, is the blue. Because it has wings. You know what I mean? Does higher estrogen affect your driving? What? Who? Huh? I don't know. Kratom. No, I don't know. Red Bull gives you farts. No. Miami, it gives you wings. Not farts. It's supposed to give you wings. May I ask why the birth control? Hormones. Operator Dave wants to know why the birth control pills. All right, let me tell you. Because I'm a hussy. Right? And my hussiness, I have to be protected because I can't come home. Now, the protein drink gives you the farts. Anyway, I can't come home pregnant because then Dan will be on to me. So I got to protect my ovaries and my fallopian tubes from being penetrated by my hussiness. You know what I mean? So when you're a hussy, you got to really care for yourself or else your husband's going to find out. And you don't want your gig to be up. So, all those times I'm at the casino, I'm hustling it up. I ain't gambling. I am getting it on like Donkey Kong. So that's why. Could you imagine me pregnant at 51? Hell to the fuck no. Look, I got a bit. Hell to the fuck no. I would, well, y'all know. I mean, the people who know. The people who know me know. It wouldn't thrive in my uterus. I mean, sure, it could thrive in the uterus, but I would stop it from thriving. Yeah. All for women's rights, and my rights are to not make it thrive. So, therefore, I'm on birth control to protect the thriving. It would be dangerous for me? Hell no, it wouldn't. I have a beautiful ovary. No, I have a beautiful uterus. My Utie is cutie. My cutie is a Utie. I have a beautiful, my babies would thrive in this beautiferous place. Now, the doctors were taking pictures because my Utie was beauty. So, she's beautiful. I'm just telling you. And what the hell? Operator Dave, I'm ashamed of you for saying that it would be dangerous for me to have a baby. This is a beautiful uterus. The beauty of the Utie is allows anybody to thrive if I wanted it to, but I don't thrive. Can you imagine being pregnant at 50? Hell to the fucking no. And that's why we support women's rights. Because could you, you were told you had a beautiful pancreas? What the fuck is that? I mean, I understand with my uterus, but a pancreas? I am in peri. I've been in peri hell for the last, really, since I was 36. But the most in this last year has been killing me. No. No pregnancy babies here. No. What happened to my finger? Nothing. What? I have scars on my fingers because I work in the yard. And the biggest lie I tell myself is I don't need gloves. Yeah. I don't need gloves, but you really do. So I need to really have gloves in every corner of my property so that way I can just put them on. Yes, no, I'm not drinking yet. I will be drinking about probably 4, my wine. Not the Uranus. My anus? Oh, I know. You have beautiful kidneys? Well, I'm very happy for you. I love beautiful kidneys. I love it. Yes, I keep multiple everywhere. I know because, yeah. I'm in hell. Yeah, I'm in hell. So many positives being a 53-year-old lesbian. I agree, Victoria. I mean, here's the thing. I could totally understand why there are lesbians out there. Now, you too, Operator Dave. If I liked the vagina, I would totally consider changing my sexuality. Yeah. If I felt, I just liked the penis. So I couldn't let that go, right? I can't, will I touch a boob? Absolutely. Especially if they're fake, because I love breasts, I don't have anything. So if you have a breast I can touch, I'm touching it. Have I kissed a girl before? Absolutely. I have. And I didn't mind it, But that was back in my young years, when you're drinking in the club and you're trying to get you're trying to flirt with the guys, and so you kiss your best friend. It just happens. It's not, whatever. Guys love it, Would I kiss a girl today? No. Like, I wouldn't do half the shit today that I did the other years, younger years. So today, no, I wouldn't kiss a girl. Because I don't like the tongues anymore. Like, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Remember Katy Perry? Back in the day. It was kind of fun, You see all the men just stop what they're doing and they're like, I mean, men love that shit. And that's how you do it for fun, right? You don't do it. So I have never played with a vulva, other than my own. But I don't, but I can see that if I did like it, I could see that lesbianism would be for me. Because women get each other. Oh, you meant kids. Victoria's like, girl, I didn't need you to go in this rampage. I'm just saying. Women are better kissers. They are. And women have a better touch. And I'm going to tell you why. Women are gentler. And don't ask me why I know simple things, because I know some things. They're just more. Guys are very rough. So even yesterday or Thursday when I was in the dentist's office, the RDA was like, do you mind me adjusting your tooth? And I said, no. Even when she like grabbed my lip, to open it up, and she gently caressed the drill bit in there. And she just started the drill bit slowly. It was different, right? The Dr. D's like shoving in your mouth, opening your mouth. Like, no, women just have a better touch. I said, girl, I'm happy to have you do it. She goes, sometimes patients want Dr. D. I'm like, no, his touch versus your touch, girl, give it to me. No. So yes, girls, slower. They aren't aggressive. Everything's more gentle. We're calm. Men, rough. Yeah. And they're like kids in a candy store. They start salivating and shit. Women don't salivate, Men start like salivating, and they have like, all of a sudden they can't control their body, right? And their muscles, and they start like, they just don't know. It's kind of like everything. You look at them, and when they get older, they're worse. Like I look sometimes at Dan, I'm like, are you all right? Swallow, take a deep breath, and we can get through this on a calm, gentle fashion. Yes, men are just different. You guys are I need a lover with a slow hand, I'm not talking about Dan at all, y'all. So if you want to picture my husband in the way that I'm talking, then that's on you and your fucked up mind. But I'm just saying in general, men don't have a gentle touch, I need a lover with an easy touch. Yeah. Manhandle. Dan does salivate though. I mean, he doesn't get sex that much because I'm in hell. I'm in perimenopausal hell. So when he gets the opportunity to see the beautiful tunnel of love, he does start salivating a little bit because it's so long in between. And now it's another week, because I have, I had issues done. He salivates, I almost need, how when you have a surgery in a hospital room and they put the little spittle cup in there, I think he needs one of those. Yeah, he needs one of those because he's so excited. He's like, shit, I haven't seen that puppy in a while. She looking good, girl. She looking good. Can I get a little bit of that? Just a little bit. Hard when you expect hubbies to do more. They do what they can do. At this point, it's like, how much time we got, honey? Yeah, finish it up. Yeah, uterus is not happy. She doesn't like the pounding. Yeah, can you, come on, it's been a long time, 10 seconds. But anyway, some people do like rougher, Faith. I mean, some women, sometimes, now I can't take it rough. I'm going to tell you something. I can't take it rough because I hurt. You pound me in a certain way, my back is going to throw out, right? I can't lift legs like I used to. I can't relax. When they say, like I was in the fucking stirrups at the doctor, in the procedure room, she's like, relax the knees. I'm like, honey, this is as far my knees relax. My muscles are tight. I can't expand them out. You can stretch them and see if they go any further, but this is all you got, right? And so you can't, at this age, I don't know, for those of you who like it rough, I appreciate you because I can't. Dan tried to throw me on the bed like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, great. I mean, you gotta let me know. You can't just spontaneously throw me on the bed like you did when I was young. I just fucking pulled my hip out. Great, Dan. He's like, well, you just ruined the moment. No, you ruined the moment. You ruined the moment. If you would have just been gentle, you could have had a moment. But instead, you threw on my fucking back and now you're out for another 3 weeks. And then one time, I'm telling you this, I don't need alcohol, Karen, I promise you, to be this crazy. alcohol makes me crazy, but no. And this is, hold on, let me take another sip. One day, too, he's like, ooh, yeah. So lays me on the bed, right? And my butt's on the bed. My feet are hanging off the bed. So he's in between me. And he takes my leg, right? And I'm like, my face tells me. Anyway, he takes my leg. And I'm like, well, what you doing with that? And he's like, just give me a moment, right? And he's trying to put my leg up here, you know? So I'm laying down and he's moving. I'm like, ow, what are you doing? He's all, just relax. Okay, because now that you said relax, I'm going to be able to throw my leg behind my head. I'm like, bro, you can't, what are you doing? He's trying to, take it and like, get me. And with my leg up and it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Bruh, it stops. When you take my leg and you do this and it's not going anymore, you can't force the fucker. Like she's stuck in a position with muscles and ligaments and all that shit, right? You can't throw her over her shoulder. I've never, number one, been that flexible, especially at almost 51. He thinks I'm like Gumby or something. Everything's like juicy and movable. Well, can you get in this position? Can you? You do it first, and then if you can do it, I will try it. No. You know what I'm talking about. What the hell is wrong with men? We are 51. You can't move the way you want me to move. How are you expecting me to move that way? I'm not a Barbie doll with fucking plastic joints and shit. Shit. I'll just lay on top. I'll spread the legs as far as they go out and just do your shit quickly. I got shit to do, Do men do anything right? Oh, Minnie, it'll take me a while to think about that one. What does Dan do right? I can't come up with anything. Poems. All right. Poems. Yeah. Poems. Poems. He writes a good poem. He's really good public speaking. He's not as funny as me, so that's not one good thing he does. Poems. Poems. Did I say poems? So poems. Dan does, he's a money maker. No, Jewel, no. He used to be a great money maker. Not anymore. No, that's not. I would have said, used to, past tense. Used to. He sings not well. That's why it's not on the list. He's great at making messes. Thank you, No Name. Yes, he's a great mess maker. How about that? Dan's good at repaint the same thing over and over, bless him. Repaint? He paints? No, Dan doesn't paint. Taking care of his dad? Who's great at taking care of his dad? Me. Dan lets me do it because I'm so great at it. Maybe that's what, maybe I need to stop being great at everything I do, and then maybe he'll, and that pisses me off, right? Because on my not so great moments, he comes in, he's like, you need to do it this way, and I'm like, motherfucker, really? You take this time now to get off your ass to tell me how to do it when I've been doing it all day? You can fuck right off. He's good at talking to his dad and videoing that. How about that? He wins. Minnie just said he wins all the arguments that we have. No, he thinks he wins the arguments that we have. I always win. Shit. He's a great father? Who? Are we still talking about Dan? No, he's not a great father. He's not a great father. He'll tell you that too. He'll tell you that. He's not a great father. And it's not like he doesn't love his kids. He loves his kids, but he's not. Dan is like a lot like Ed, loves his kids, it's complicated. Ed is my stepdad, yeah. But anyway, I mean, other than that, he is here and I love him. So there's something to be said about that, right? Curious about curious what about you about making money. He put a roof over your head. He's not the only one that put a roof over our head. Yeah. So just so you know, everybody acts like I don't contribute and or help this household. When he was in law school, I worked. He didn't. I contributed to our relationship, right? And he'll tell you that. So if you want to come at me with what you think are facts, make sure they're fact, not fiction, right? Stop creating your own narrative about what I contribute and what I don't, because everything that we have done, I've helped contribute 100%. And if I wasn't working over time, of a certain amount of time, I still contributed. So he didn't have to be home and raise the family and took care of the house that he provided us because that was my job, right? And without me, he wouldn't have been able to do it. So, mic drop on that. And now, guess what? This is also work, and I'm also contributing back because Dan's not making enough money to do it alone. So now I'm doing it as well. Your finances and careers, no, but it's just ridiculous that people think they know more about me, than they don't. I mean, they have no idea. And I'm not, I'm not appalled, or I'm not. If I didn't want to answer something, I wouldn't answer it. But I just like making people feel like idiots. If they're going to come at me on the sideways, I'm going to come at them on the other side and show them what idiots they really are. Period. Dan could not survive without me, Sandy. And he tells people that all the time. There is no way Dan could do this if I didn't do what I do, which is almost everything. And I think even to this day, he knows. I mean, he knows, it's you guys don't understand, or some of you do. The people who've been here long enough understand. Dan is very complicated, just like his father is very complicated. And all Salingers are very complicated because of their father. Their father gave them that gene, the complicated gene. Dan has never been a hands-on person, right? It's different. He's just not that way. He loves his kids from afar, Great father. What defines a great father? I don't really know. I didn't have a great father, right? There's things that were great about him that I've learned to appreciate over the years, and that he's dead. But I took care of our family, right? When he started the business, I was working still for a long time. I worked all the way through until I got pregnant with Andrew. So I was working while he was building the business and taking care of the family and raising the kids. And then once I quit, I still raised the kids while he took care of business, right? I traveled with them for sports. I did all that stuff. But it's not like I sat on my ass the whole time. I've always been a go-getter. I've always done things, and I've always done things to help. And he's wanted me to do that. He wanted me to not work because he couldn't do the mom stuff. He couldn't do the hands-on shit. That's just not his nature. I did it. So he needed me to step